When you have a wound, there's two very natural things you do. If I'm a Roman gladiator in the arena and we're fighting and you cut my chest a little, I'm gonna do two things. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shield, right? Don't hit me again. And the other thing is that behind the safety of my shield, I will try to grab something to make the pain less. So I will soothe. It's not just humans that do this, earthworms do this. If I poke an earthworm, it will start to move away from me. So there's nothing wrong with a person when they soothe their shield. Just like there's nothing wrong with a person when they have this forewound, because they were told to put on a mask, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with any of this. It's just when it happens in a certain way, it causes more pain than it requires. If you zoom in on shielding, there are a couple of usual suspects. The first is money and prestige. Can't argue with success, especially here in the Silicon Valley, right? If I IPO'd my company for $500 million and now I've got a checkbook funding all these profits, no one is gonna poke my wound. It's this auto drone sentry mode shield, right? And no one is gonna poke my wound. As long as I know everyone in the room knows who I am and what I've done, which is why people with prestige and money will often make sure you know that. Perfectionism is another, where if I'm perfect in every way, perfect body, perfect spouse, perfect house, perfect kids, put together in exactly the right way, doing all the right activities, the right kind of job, the right kind of volunteer, kids doing the right thing, everything. If I'm perfect in every way, then that is hopefully an impenetrable shield where no arrow of criticism can get through. And the issue, of course, with perfectionism is that it's exhausting and it's impossible. Third on the list is anger. So if I'm angry all the time and I've got a scowl and people know to walk on eggshells, that keeps everyone at a distance, and that's functionally what I want. Because if you do come in to swing at me, I'm already out of range. So that's also very effective, but again, the cost is that it estranges, my relationships and I have no warmth in my life. The last two are invisibility and people-pleasing. So invisibility as a shield is if I keep my head down, dress very plainly, don't raise my hand, speak up in class, don't speak up in business meetings, maybe the bullies will not notice me and not pull me out to shame me or ridicule me in some way. And the shield of people-pleasing is that if everyone around me is happy, and more importantly, happy with me, then perhaps the bullies will give me a pass. And the problem with these last two is that they're not actual shields. Right? They don't actually block anything. Invisibility, you're not blocking anything. And unfortunately, you're not an iguana, right? So I can see you. But you're trying to sort of evade attention. And the problem with people-pleasing is that it's not a shield either. It doesn't block, it's appeasement. So in the classroom, it's the class clown. And in real life, it's the parent that is like serving everybody in the upper generation, the in-laws, everyone in the lower generation, serving the spouse, serving the workplace, and there's like nothing left for me. And you do this because you feel like you have to do this or else you will lose love and not be worthy of love. So you'll give anything for that. So that's shielding. It's just a menu of options. Everyone comes up with their own mix. They use different things and there's nothing wrong with it. If you have a wound, and we all do, you will shield. So what I teach is not an exercise in like, how do we get you to shield less? It's like, no, keep that thing up. I don't want you to get hit. But it's more a question of just making sure you're getting value for money, right? I'm laying out all this blood and treasure to keep the shield up, I want it to work.